Hi, it's Luke from Performance Auto Electrical. We're here today doing some more installations on Simon's van. So today we're actually going to do a diesel heater. He's getting a bit cold now, it's getting cold here, and yeah, we're going to add a diesel heater to his van, another upgrade. So we're going to fit a 5 kilowatt diesel heater. So this particular one, we fit all different types, kilowatts, brands, but for Simon's we're doing the 5 kilowatt and it's the Performance Chinese one. So we change a lot of the components out on it. So we use the Australian hose clamps and hoses and different types of fittings that can let the cheaper ones down. So we actually change all that sort of stuff out. We add a few other things to make the installation a lot better, safer installation. So first of all, we've got to put the unit together itself. So it's just a matter of putting a few bits and pieces on the actual unit when it comes. And then now what we'll do is actually nut out where we're going to put the tank, what size tank, where the unit itself is going to go, where the control panel is going to go. So that's what we'll start doing now, having a look at his van. Most of the time we get a wish from the customer where they actually want it, but you know, it depends on where chassis rails are, water tanks. It very limits us most of the time to where it can go, and then it's pretty much just one sort of area it can only go, generally most of the time. But so now we'll have a look through the van and see exactly where it can go. So now I'm just going to see whereabouts we can fit the tank and what literage. Generally the standard one that comes with it is a 10 litre tank, which we try and fit that most of the time. Sometimes we can't, so then we go to a 5 litre tank. All the tanks that we always fit, we put them in some sort of guard cover to protect it from stones, the elements of the sun, etc. So on this one here, we're actually very limited on the front where it can go. So you know, we could put a 5 litre tank on there, but it's sort of a bit, it's not the strongest place. So we can put it there, but we will have a look at options now, and we'll go to the back of the van because we can put it at the front or back of a van. So now we'll just go to the back and see if there's a more appropriate room and area to put it on the back. So just having a look now where it can go. And probably on the back here is going to be, I think, the most appropriate place. So what we generally do before fitting fitting the tank or doing installs, we actually check with the customer what side the filler's on, whether it's the front or the back, left or right. So obviously when you're filling up your car, providing it's a diesel vehicle, you can fill up your tank for your diesel heater at the same time. So we generally put the filler neck itself on the same side as your vehicle that you're towing it with. So this van now, yeah, we're going to put the 10 litre tank for the install, and we're going to put it on the back here. Okay, so we've just looked under the van to see what layout, what room we've got. So up the front of this van, it's got water tanks under the bed, so we can't put the unit because we have to drill the hole through the floor for the exhaust, the fuel and intake. So there's just no room under this van because of the water tanks. So there's only one place we can fit it, which is under the lounge here. So we've got enough room to actually get it under the lounge here. So that's where it will go. So yeah, we'll start putting the heater itself, cut the hole through the floor, screw the unit, put the vents, etc. It comes with an LCD screen, which we'll put under the cupboard on that side, so we can, depending on who wants to be the operator, we can put it on the left hand or the right hand side. So this, we're going to put it over that side on this install today, is which is what Simon wanted. And yeah, now we'll start the fun part is drilling holes in his nice new van. Okay, so we've installed the vent work, the unit's in. So now what we're going to do is put a kill switch in the system, and we're going to drill and mount it. So with all the diesel heaters that we install, we always put a kill switch on it so you can turn the power off. So when you're not using it 6 months of the year, in the summer, or even while you're away, if you're not using it, you can always turn the kill switch off, which kills the power to the whole unit. So there's no power to the unit, the screens don't light up and use memory power, etc. So that's why we always put an override, a kill switch in the system for diesel heaters. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, so now what we're going to do is go under the van and start doing the work under the van. So we're going to do the exhaust system, the intake for the exhaust system, we're going to do the fuel pump and fuel lines all underneath the van now to the heater. So I'm going to go underneath and start doing all that. So I've run the exhaust pipe all underneath, and now I've cut it to length. Just little finishing touches when we do the installs. We like to do finish it off. So we actually put a nice little ferrule on the end of the exhaust so you can't cut yourself. A lot of people, they don't have anything like that. So we've come up with this idea, and yeah, just to neaten the job up and make it all nice and safe. fuel pump's in and connected to the actual heater. Now I'm going to actually connect the fuel line from the tank to the heater. Okay, exhaust system's all done, the fuel lines are all done and all connected, so the next step is to do all the wiring to the unit. So I'm going to, with all the heaters we install, we do directly to the battery, so it doesn't actually work through the isolators in the van. So if you do turn the van off accidentally while the heater's running, the heater will still run. Still goes through your shunts and management systems, but it just goes to battery feed, which it can turn off on the screen, the unit, or on the kill switch. So now I'll do all the 12-volt wiring. So now we're going to do the LCD screen, the on and off switch to the diesel heater. Also, these ones come with a remote as well, so you can turn it on and off on the screen or with the remote. So we can generally put these pretty much anywhere in the van. Most of the times we generally put it on the bed, by the bed, so you can actually see it while you're in bed, or turn it on and off in the mornings or night when you go to bed. So we can put it on the left hand or right hand, depending on who's in control of it, is where we put it. So this one we're going to put on the left hand side, just under the cupboard door, is where we're going to put the LCD screen in this installment. Okay, so the unit's been installed in the van. The fuel pump, the fuel tank has been installed. The actual screen has been fitted, and the cable, so all the cabling and everything is run to the unit now. So now I've just got to finish off the wiring to the unit, which I'll do now. So the wiring's all done inside, the kill switch is all in, the unit's all mounted, so it's just now a matter of we put a checker plate cover over the unit just to protect it, so you can still put some stuff in there, and it just will protect the unit and the ductwork. So it's just a matter of doing this. And then we've got the last connection at the battery, and then we'll be ready to fill and start testing the system. Okay, so now we're doing the last connection, which is connecting it to the batteries. So we're going to give it its 12-volt to the unit. There's an inline fuse to the diesel heater, so if there's any problems with the wiring, the heater, it would always, the fuse itself would blow out. So just do the last connections now. So we're at the fun part now to test to make sure that it all works. So we've obviously installed the unit, the wiring, and mounted the tank on the back. We'll put diesel in, so it's all ready for a test. So what we do is we will turn the kill switch on, which we just located down here. So now we've actually put power to the actual unit. We come over to the screen, and the screen is all lit up and ready to go. So it's just a matter of pressing the center button on, and now it will start working. So all done, it's all been primed, the unit's on. It also has a remote, so you can obviously turn it on and off, up and down on the actual screen, or you can do the same from the remote if you're sitting at the lounge and you want to turn it up or down or off, so you can do that with the remote sitting anywhere in the van. Once you've turned on, we recommend that you turn it on and have it flat out to start off with. A couple of minutes, 5-10 minutes depending on. Once it gets to temperature or it's warm enough, switch it down to a lower temperature and just let it tick away. When you do go to turn off, the opposite, that you turn it up to flat out speed, let it run and burn off the carbon, and then shut the unit down by turning it off on the screen. Once it is completely utterly shut down itself from turning off the screen and the fan and everything has stopped, then you can turn the kill switch off and the system is all done. So that's our install, all done with the 5 kilowatt performance diesel heater.